Are also following the U.S. Senate seat race because Debbie Stabenow is retiring, and so we have team coverage on that race as well. Julia Gorman in Detroit with Alyssa Slotkin with the Democrat. But first, Lauren Baker is in Novi with Mike Rogers, the Republicans campaign. Lauren?
Hey, Julia. Yeah, I'm live here at the Republican Party's election party. And as you can see, this room has started to fill up from where we saw earlier. We've been talking to voters all night long, and right now I'm joined with Jerry Middleton. Jerry, how are you doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
Good. So first off, talk about how did you feel going into this election tonight?
Well, I feel really good. I hope that Trump wins. I think he's going to do very good. We definitely need him at this time. Our country is hurting, and people are doing without, and the poor is getting nothing from Kamala, and I just hope that he wins.
And another big race tonight is the Senate race with Mike Rogers running for the Republicans. How do you feel about him going into tonight?
Well, I don't know a whole lot about Mike Rogers. I do know I campaigned for him in Macomb County and in White Lake in Oakland County, and I hope he wins. But a lot of people that were coming out of the polls were saying that they were going to stick with Melissa Slotkin. I would like to see Mike Rogers win. I hope he does. But I hope he's going to win.
And kind of talk to me about some of the topics or the issues that have really caught your eye this election. What's something you really want to see change in the next presidency?
Well, I hope that the Republican Party will come around to be a little more friendlier towards gay people. I would like to see Trump come around a little more friendly, like J.D. Vance was. I feel like J.D. Vance was very truthful about how he feels, and I've never heard Trump's point of view on it, but I've heard him at his rallies say certain things that kind of makes you wonder a little bit about it. But I love Trump. I think he's great. That's the only thing I would like to see change in the Republican Party.
And we were talking earlier, and you said you actually haven't been a Republican that long. It was actually 2016 that you became a Republican. Talk about that story.
Yeah, I became a Republican when Donald Trump first ran for office in 2016. And I've always been an independent voter. And but I have picked, like Bill Clinton, I voted for him twice. I think he was a great president for his time. But after he ran, after Bill Clinton ran, the party kind of left me, and it's not the same as it used to be when I was, in that era of time. And the party's more extreme now, and I just think that Donald Trump is the best man for the job at this point in time.
And why do you think it's so important that supporters like you are out tonight voicing your support and talking about the issues that are important to you?
Well, I think there's a lot more more people that are coming out to support Trump than there has ever been, because our country is definitely in pain right now. I know I've had to go to a food bank a couple of times, and at the Jewish Center in West Bloomfield. And it's food is so expensive. I mean, I worked for 25 years at the Detroit News and Free Press. I was a newspaper carrier delivery. I loved it. I was in West Bloomfield Hills, and but your money can only go so far, and eventually, the Democrats, they offer and promise you the moon, and it just doesn't come true. You eventually run out of money, but they still think that money is free, and it's not. And I used to think that myself. I used to think, oh, they're giving it to us, okay, we'll take it. But you end up paying for that later down the road. So the money has to come from somebody, and if you're not working and paying, it's not going to happen. We will run out of money. You know, and Kamala Harris has promised us everything except the bananas on the cake, you know, and it's just not going to work.
Well, thank you so much for speaking with us, Jerry.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate
Yeah,
it.
it was
Hope you
nice.
enjoy the rest of the night.
Thank you.
We're going to send it back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Lauren.